and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to IT Mastermind 2013. Organized by the Computer Society of Sri Lanka and ESOFT as their strategic partner, we have a national level quiz competition where over 2,000 students all over Sri Lanka Paradise took part in an online preliminary competition followed by a written examination. We have now boiled it down to only 108 students who have come under one roof to take part in this beautiful, educational, and exciting quiz competition. We will find out who is going to be the next IT Mastermind 2013. And we have our dynamic quiz master, Mr. Faisal Bonzo. He'll be leading us through this journey of excitement and education. And here we have the first three of our contenders. For contestant number 1, we have from Republican International School of Nurelia, we have Kaliban Vishwanathan. And contestant number 2, we have from Gothami Balika Vidyalaya, Colombo, we have Tamali Arya Ratna. And contestant number 3, from Holy Family Balika Mahavidyalaya, Vennapur, we have Anukti Nimantika. But wait, we have 3 more contestants. And contestant number 4, we have from Shivananda Vidyalaya National School, Batiklo, we have Hishant Shantalingam. And contestant number 5, we have from Gampola International School, Gampola, we have Mohammed Rizni. And we have for contestant number 6 from Royal College Colombo, we have Roshna Lihinikaru. And on the judges panel today, we have Mr. Subramaniam Gopinath from ESOF Metro Campus, as well as Mr. Vimal Indrasoma from CSSL. At this moment, I'm going to hand it over back to our brilliant quizmaster, Mr. Bongzo, to take it away for us.
Thank you very much, Anjani. A very good evening indeed. It's wonderful to be back as your quizmaster at the 8th preliminary round program, where 6 contestants representing schools from all over Sri Lanka will be participating. They will face 4 rounds of competition, where the winner and the runner-up will proceed on to the secondary rounds. Well, each round will be judged and points will be allocated, and of course the decision of the judges will be final. But before we move on to the questions for round 1, let me tell you that in round 1 we will be posing a multiple choice question to each individual student, where they will earn 10 points for each correct answer. Now, the other students can also register their answers via their terminals and earn 3 points for each correct answer. And mind you, you lose 2 points for each incorrect answer. So good luck to the 6 of you as we move on to questions for round 1. Here's your question, contestant number 1. Who was the father of hypertext? Is it Larry Wall, Ted Nelson, Linus Torvalds, or Doug Engelbert?
B. Answer B.
Answer B? Yes, the answer is correct. Ted Nelson. Here's your question, contestant number 2. TCP port number 80 is usually reserved for email, HTTP, FTP, or Telnet.
Answer B.
Answer?
B.
No, the answer is B, HTTP. Here's your question now, contestant number 3. What does the abbreviation ASCII stand for? Is it American Standard Code for Information Interchange, American Standard Code for Internet Information, American Standard Code for Internet Interchange, or is it American Standard Code for Interactive Information?
Answer A.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question. Which network protocol is used to send email? Is it FTP, SSH, POP3, or SMTP?
C.
No, the answer is D, SMTP. Here's your question now, contestant number 5. What does SSL stand for? Is it Secure Service Layer, Session Service Login, Secure Socket Layer, or Synchronous Session Login?
A.
No, the answer is C, Secure Socket Layer. And this is your question, contestant number 6. What is the length of an IPv6 IP address? Is it 64 bits, 128 bits, 32 bits, or 256 bits?
Answer D.
Answer?
D.
I can't hear you.
D.
D. No, the answer is B, 128 bits. And with that, we end questions for round one. We'll be able to tell you as to who has taken the lead after round one. Let's find out.
We just received the results from round one. Let's see how our contestants did. We have, in third place, with 3 points, from Shivananda Vidyalaya Batiklo, we have Hishant Shantalingam. Looks like we're tied at our contestants who are competing for the first place. We are definitely at a tie with 10 points, both of them. We have contestant number 3, Anukti Nimantika from Holy Family Balika Maha Vidyalaya, Vennapur. And also with 10 points, we have from the Republican International School, Nuralia, Kaliban Vishwanathan. Okay, so now let's see if we're going to have a tiebreaker, and we'll have an exciting round two. So we'll take it back to Mr. Bonzo.
Well, let's move on to questions for round two. Now, in round two, we will be posing a question based on an image to each individual student, where they will earn 10 points for a correct answer. Well, the others, you can use your buzzer if you know the answer, and if that particular student does not give the correct answer, the fastest one from you will have the chance to answer. Well, you can earn 5 points for a correct answer, but be mindful that you may lose 2 points for an incorrect answer. So here we go with the questions for round two. And this is your question, contestant number 1. What is the type of phone known as?
Skype phone.
Yes,
Skype.
the answer is correct. Type phone or VoIP phone. Here's your question, contestant number 2. This company used to be famous for a certain type of device. Name that device. Well, contestant number 5 seems to want to answer that question.
Joystick.
No, the answer is incorrect. The answer is game consoles. Here's your question now, contestant number 3. Identify the type of computer that is shown here. Well, none of you seem to know the answer. The answer is supercomputer. Here's your question now, contestant number 4. Identify the type of printer shown here. Well, contestant number 1 wants to attempt that question.
3D printer.
Yes, the answer is 3D printer. Here's your question now, contestant number 5. Identify the type of connector or interface shown here.
USB.
No. Well, no one seems to know the answer. It's Firewire or IEEE 1394. Here's your question, contestant number 6. Identify the specific name of the device shown.
Solid state drive. Solid state drive.
Yes, the answer is correct. So there we end questions for round 2. We'll be able to tell you whether there have been any changes after round 2. Let's find out.
Here's the viewer's quiz for today's program. Looks like we did break that tie with the first place winner, or not winners, but the first place contenders. But this time we actually have a tie for second place. Both contestants with 10 points in total so far. We have contestant number 6, Roshna Lihinikaru from Royal College, Colombo. And also with 10 points, we have from Holy Family Balika Mahavidyalaya, Vennapur, contestant number 3, Anuti Nimantika. And in the lead, we have with 25 points so far, round 2, we have contestant number 1, Kaliban Vishwanathan from Republican International School, Nooraliya. Great job, and let's see how we're going to break the tie for the second place in round 3. With Mr. Bongzo, will take it away and lead us into round 3.
Thank you, Anjani. Well, there have been fluctuations once again with regard to placings, and let's see whether there could be changes after round 3. So here are the questions for round 3, but before that, let me remind all of you that in round 3, we will be posing a verbal question to each individual student, where they will earn 10 points for a correct answer. The others can use their buzzers, as was done in round 2, and here too, you can earn 5 points for a correct answer, but be careful as you may lose 2 points for an incorrect answer. So on with the questions for round 3. And here's your question, contestant number 1. What is the latest version of AGP technology? Well, no one seems to know the answer. It's AGP 8X. Here's your question now, contestant number 2. What does the acronym GPRS stand for?
General Packet Radio Service.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 3. Who invented the stored program concept in computers?
John von Neumann.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 4. One of the first electronic digital computer had a patent dispute with ENIAC. Name this computer. Well, although contestant number 4 didn't attempt that question, number 5 seems to know the answer.
ABC computer.
Yes, the answer is correct. It's the Athanasoff Berry computer, ABC. Right, we're moving on to your question now, contestant number 5. Name the most heavily used interface for connecting VGA cards before PCI Express. Well, none of you seem to know the answer. It's the Accelerated Graphics Port, AGP. And here's your question, contestant number 6. How many wires were used in IDE cables?
40.
Yes, the answer is correct. And there we end all the questions for round 3. Let's find out whether there have been any changes after round 3.
Here's the viewer's quiz for today's program. Just in from the judges, our results from round 3. It's still interesting. Not too much of a difference in the list of names, but definitely a change in some of the points. We have, with 20 points, contestant number 6 from Royal College, Colombo, Roshna Lihinikaru, as well as contestant number 3 with 20 points as well. We have from Holy Family Balika Mahavidyalaya, Vennapur, Anuti Nimantika. Let's see which one of you two will become the actual second place. They both are tied right now for second place. And at number 1, we have with 25 points, it is still from Republican International School, Nooraliya. We have Kaliban Vishwanathan. Congratulations, and let's see who's gonna be the number 1 contender for round 4, the final of this particular competition. So Mr. Bonzo will take it away for us.
Thank you very much. Well, it looks like they're going neck to neck, very high competition right now, and most often the final round has been the decisive round. So this is round 4, the final round. We'll be using the same style as was down in round 3, but the questions will be a little tougher as this is the final round. Well, you can use your buzzers as was done before, and the points allocation will be the same as in round 3. So here goes your question, contestant number 1. Bill Gates is a co-founder of Microsoft. Who is the other? Well, none of you seem to know the answer. The answer is Paul Allen. Here's your question, contestant number 2. Modern touchscreens can track more than a single point of contact. What is this technology known as? Well, contestant number 1 would like to attempt this question.
Multi-touch.
Yes, the answer is correct. Here's your question, contestant number 3. What country has the largest number of internet connections?
USA.
Yes, the answer is correct. And here's your question, contestant number 4. What code name was given by Intel to their first microprocessor?
Pentium.
Pardon?
Pentium.
No, the answer is incorrect, and none of you seem to know the answer. The answer is 4004. Here's your question, contestant number 5. What was the original name of Yahoo when the company was founded in 1994? Well, here again, none of you seem to know the answer. The answer is Jerry's Guide to the World Wide Web. And this is your question, contestant number 6. In fact, this is your final question. And this could be the decider because both of you were going tie and tie. So here we go. This is your question. In online communications, what does LOL stand for?
Laugh out loud.
Yes, can we take it? Is it laughing out loud? Yes. Let's put our hands together for a round of applause. So there we end all the questions for round 4. In a short while, we'll be able to tell you what the positions are.
I think the judges are ready with the results from round 4. Oh, this is extremely interesting. It's not only getting even more competitive, but it's definitely getting into a state of a heady moment. We don't know what's going to happen. We have 3 contenders, all with the same score, 30 points. Okay, we're going to have to definitely have a tiebreaker now for this final round. Mr. Bonzo?
With the questions, and good luck to the 3 of you, and the 3 of them who are competing for this tiebreaker are contestant number 1, contestant number 3, and contestant number 6. This is your question, and we've got a couple of questions, in fact. Within 30 seconds, you've got to answer as many questions as you possibly can. So here are your questions. Contestant number 1. Let's go. What brand of processor is used in modern-day Apple computers?
Intel.
What was the Google search engine known as before it was called Google?
Pass.
What company owns PayPal?
Pass.
In computer architecture, what does the term DMA stand for? What country has the largest number of new internet connections being added every month?
USA.
What does HDMI stand for?
High definition multimedia interface.
Right. So time's up with your questions. We move on to the questions for you now, contestant number 3 and your tiebreaker. Let's go. Here's your question. In terms of overall sales, what company is number 1 in the smartphone market?
Samsung.
What company is the largest microprocessor manufacturer in the world?
Intel.
What company is the largest PC manufacturer in the world?
Apple.
What company bought the laptop business from IBM?
Pass.
What country has the highest internet penetration, which is above 90%?
China.
What is the world's most popular digital cash equivalent payment system?
Pass.
What company owns Skype? Right, so time's up for your questions. And here we go with the questions for contestant number 6. Ready? Right, here we go. In terms of revenue, what is the number 1 e-commerce website in the world?
eBay.
What is the most popular email client application in the world?
Gmail.
What is the name of the tablet computer developed by Microsoft?
Surface.
How many characters are allowed for one standard SMS message?
160.
What does MPEG stand for?
Motion Picture Experts Group.
What is the color model that is used on a multimedia projector?
RGB.
Name the specific technology used in first generation computers.
Vacuum tubes.
Well, time's up for you as well. So let's find out after those tiebreaker questions as to who has come in top and who is the runner-up. And these two will qualify for the secondary rounds. Let's put our hands together and give the three of them a round of applause.
I think the judges are now ready once again with the results from round 4, the big tiebreaker. But first, judges, what did you think of that intense tiebreaker and what do you feel at this moment?
Well, I think it had everyone on the edges of the seats, and I think the children really put their all into it. And well, may the best person go through is what we can say, I think.
Yeah, definitely tough competition. But before I announce who won this beautiful round, we are going to invite two very interesting individuals on stage. I would like to invite Mr. Ajit Salgadu from CSSL. As well as Mrs. Shanaz Raghukumar from eSoft Metro Campus. They will be presenting the awards to our winners. Now, we have, taking the third place, from Holy Family Balika Maha Vidyalaya, Vennapur, we have contestant number 3, Anukti Nimantika. Okay, and taking on second place, we have from Republican International School, Nurelia, we have Kaliban Vishwanathan. And taking on first place, we have from Royal College, Colombo, Roshna Lihinikaru. I would like to take this moment to congratulate first and second place winners, Roshnal and Kaliban. They both have the opportunity to go into the second round to become the next IT Mastermind 2013. So congratulations to you both. Okay, and that is the end of today's show. I hope you all enjoyed. It was very intense. It was really boiling down to the last second who was going to win first place. It doesn't quite happen very often, but when it does happen, it's definitely very interesting. So please make sure you tune in next week and find out who else is going to be a part of the next round to become the next IT Mastermind 2013. Thank you for now.